Alright, let me start off with saying that I am kind of a little annoyed with the direction, well, not the direction, the director of Darling in the Franxx. And I'm going to expand on that in another video, so do wait for Monday because that is when I'm going to be releasing that video. But, so, episode 16. Literally, the title of the calm before the storm because it is very obvious something big, really, really big is going to happen. And it's going to get very crazy, and I hope for the best, but that I'm not. When I talk about this episode, I'm really trying not to tell you the ending until towards the end of this review, but overall, very calm episode. It was kind of to calm us down before the biggest freaking arc, I'm going to call it, because it's going to be crazy what's going to happen next, and it seems it's been setting up for this, especially the inside tension of the group. But anyways, let's get into the actual review. So we start off with the sages, you want to call them, talking about how they lost about 60% of their parasites and how there's 2 keys and they only need 1, and they're talking about the princess of Colossasaurs, which is very interesting. Then after, we see the kids kind of be happy, especially 02 is actually following directions for once, and people are commenting, oh, you're turned a new leaf, and I thought that was hilarious. But going into like Hachi, I have a feeling she was one of Dr. Franxx's test subjects because he outright says to her that you've been down this path before, so you should understand where they're coming from. So that leads us to believe that she's part of an old test group of Dr. Franxx's, and it's interesting. And after like this stuff, we see the plantation that Squad 13's in is just in ruins. The water is not very good. They need to, basically they're on their own. They can't use electricity, and it starts to build up this whole thing. Now we see Mitsuru actually ask for a haircut, and he talks with Kokoro about how he feels guilty with Hiro's situation because he knows he forgot, and he was kind of battling himself, do I just let it go kind of thing. Kokoro basically is like, don't worry about it so much kind of thing, and I like that. And she's starting to kind of gain back up, I guess, from my appreciation, I guess. But after that, Kokoro actually goes for the initiative and kisses Mitsuru, and I was just like, whoa. Whoa. Now, the thing that we're going to talk about is the 02 asking about the Sakuras, and Hiro kind of, in a way, was smooth and says, oh, it's as beautiful as your hair, basically, and that kind of makes 02 all happy, and it was actually very nice and sweet to see that, and I'm starting to appreciate that, but I know this isn't going to last, I'm being honest. But we see 02 try to act, kind of friendly with the girls, and it's nice to see this. And I know I missed just one thing. I'm going to go back to the Sakura thing. Hiro actually tried to grab her hand and kind of like smooth his way in because he actually loves her. It's actually good to see. But we see her kind of play around, and she tries to go after a fish, and they kind of tell her don't go after the fish, and I kind of laughed. And we see that Miku has gray hair, and that's kind of setting up for the whole, they're not going to live long, Squad 13, it seems, and it's kind of starting to get a little crazy. But yeah, let's go to the other things, and we start to see the kids slowly start to lose faith in Papa because they're left alone and they have nothing to do, and Nana and the other aren't accepting their letters from what Goro said, and it's starting to build up this kind of rebellion almost in their hearts because they can't trust them, and it starts to get a little sad. And we see the kids start to like scavenge for food and stuff. And obviously 02 is the best fisher, and it was kind of fun because Goro lost by 2 fishes, and poor Hiro just got nothing. But Hiro, after that, we see kind of like Ichiko talk to Goro, and she talks about how Hiro explained what happened with 02 and why she is the way she is, but he didn't really go into detail how they know each other from before. And we start to see the kids lose complete faith almost in Papa because they realize that they have to feed themselves, and they're not going to be helped by them anymore after they have done so much. And it seems that Dr. Franxx wants this group to start to understand what is going on. He's going to try to use them as a weapon of his against them because he doesn't like what the sages do. And that's just my theory with that. But we see Jerome. I'm honestly loving Jerome in this episode. Kind of outright call Futoshi out for eating and throwing stuff up. And he's worried about him. He says, you don't need to do that. If you don't eat, you're not going to survive. And I got really passionate. And I'm just very happy to see this. And after that, we see Hiro kind of talk to the group, because they're all just talking about how they can't trust the Papa anymore and they have to be everything. And Hiro basically just says, don't worry. We're all together. That's what counts. And we can eat together. We can cook together. As long as we're together, we can do anything. And I thought that was very well done. And that's the actual Hiro, not episode 14 Hiro. But going into further stuff towards the end, we see 02 kind of talk about the book, how she liked it at first, and Hiro doesn't like it because it's sad. And this is more, there's going to be another backlash besides the intro, but it seems she likes it because at first it was beautiful. And 02, and this is the thing, I'm going to try to argue against the whole theory she's going to disappear, but the new opening kind of proves that too. But my thing to comfort people to say, I'm just going to say to comfort you, because it's not going to be the way it's going to be, is that she realized, 02 realized that it doesn't matter about your appearance, about being human. It's actually about what's inside of you, what makes you human, kind of what your feelings are towards people and all this stuff. And I thought it was very sweet. And we saw that she actually hand drew all those photos from the book, and Hiro was impressed that she remembered all of that. And it seems that 02 holds this fairy tale so close to heart that it's amazing. And at the end, we see them both kind of lean on each other. Then we're greeted with a new person, which is probably the princess of the Colossasaurs, and we see her face. And now going on to like stuff, I'm very happy with how they kind of talk about something that happens as teenagers. A lot of teenagers these days feel they need to be skinny, so they start to eat and throw up a lot of stuff, and I thought that was interesting. And I like how they're starting to build up this like rebellion almost to happen. And it seems that Dr. Franxx actually wants to get his hands on the princess, and the sages don't want her to meet 02 or find out Hiro. And quite honest, I'm still on the fence, because I feel Hiro is the other key, and he can probably pilot with the princess. And it's going to be interesting. What do I think about the princess? I honestly think that it is 02's sister or mother. And I'm going to say sister because princess, it's not queen. And it's kind of scary to hear that there's another key to this entire thing. And it got me interested, and there's a lot of theories that I can make up, but I'm not going to do that for a little while because it's interesting. And now, going further into everything, I'm very happy to see Mitsuru kind of look back on what he did and why he got angry with Hiro, and it just, I like that element in this. It was a good episode. It was an informative episode as usual of Darling the Franxx, but I really like how they put everything. The only thing I don't like is the director says one thing and they keep doing something else that makes it look the other way, and I feel they're just doing this on purpose at this point, but I hope for the best. I know there's going to be a major backlash with the opening and certain things in this, but I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I hope you did enjoy this review. What did you think about the episode? But anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Austin Doctor, signing out. Peace.